Right.
And the very first thing that happens when we have less than 10 to 12 people is we get depressed.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that interesting how important our support system is to our mental health?
That is a factor, I'm telling you. And a lot of people can't, you know, balance out things in their life, you know, thinking, hey, I can count on somebody or I can talk to somebody.
But if you can't get along with people,
right.
if you're pushing people away because you're all prickly and ugly and, and not kind and thoughtful and considerate.
Wearing your feelings right here.
Yeah, and you're just, and you're thinking these crazy thoughts, so you're acting crazy.
Right.
Okay? That's when you're not getting your needs met. And so it's because you don't have enough people in your life. Right. So that's why, in order to have a big support system, you have to learn how to get along with people. Now, the last segment of people, it's really shocking in this research.
Oh my goodness.
Because this, okay, the 20 to 30 people, that's the healthy system. When you have only 10 to 12 people, it's called the neurotic system. That means really sick. Okay, it gets even grimmer than that. If you have only 4 to 5 people in your support system, it's called psychotic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Psycho.
And that means that people are isolating.
Oh, yeah.
They're living in fantasy. What do you think watching television, reading novels, romance novels, pornography, what do you think that is? Right. It's all fantasy. It's not true at all.
Exactly.
And you're isolated. You're not getting your needs met by those people on the screen or the people in the book,
right.
the magazine pages. They can't meet your needs. They don't even know you're there.
And there's a lot of people dealing with that.
Oh, tons of people. And when I worked in adult crisis stabilization, which was basically a psych unit, I could have done that research myself.
Right.
Because when people came in with all these different varied crises, mental health crises, you know, family crises, whatever that was going on that was disturbing their mental health to a place where they just had to get away from it.
Right.
It's because they had almost no one in their support system.
My goodness. What about people, while we're on the same level, what about people battling with paranoid schizophrenia? Everybody's out to get me. I'm going to get you before you get me, you know, things of that nature.
Right, and that's something that there are just a few mental health disorders that do have to do with the abnormal brain, but very few. Most of all the different diagnoses that are out there are just symptoms of people are not getting their needs met in a healthy way because they don't know how to get along, and they don't know the truth about who they are, who God made them to be. They don't know the truth about how to learn these skills. Right. They are out there doing all the wrong things and wondering why they're, and that's, we know the definition of insanity. Keep doing the same thing over and over and wondering why it doesn't work for you. Exactly. If it doesn't work for you, get help. There's lots of help.
Right. Well, I've enjoyed this discussion so much because, you know, there's so many people under the sound of our voice. You got family members with addictions, drug addictions. Alcohol is an addiction. It's a drug too. And they need free, whether it be a bad marriage, you're dealing with things you just can't handle, you need somebody to talk to, call Jan. And once again, her number is 606-682-5890. Jan, tell them where you're located, your offices.
Okay, my office is in my home. Okay. So I don't just give out that address, but if they'll call me, I, of course, will give them directions to my home. It's about 10 minutes from London. Okay. It's in Laurel County, and it's a nice, quiet, confidential setting, so nobody's going to know. There's no sign down by the road or anything like that, so they can have all the privacy when they get there, and it's very restful. It's like beautiful out in nature, lots of trees and everything, so it's a nice setting.
What about the first time that they come? Is it like a free consultation, or it's
No, what I do is I have what's called a sliding scale. Okay. So if the income is above a certain level, then I have a certain fee per hour. Okay. And if their income is below that level, then it's on a sliding scale. Right. I try to make it affordable for people because I do not take insurance for lots of reasons. Okay. And one of the reasons is insurance doesn't let you spend much time with people. And I don't look at the clock. Right. I don't waste time, but I do more intensive work. So the first session quite often is about 2 hours. It can be longer. It can be shorter.
Do you find that a lot of people just need somebody just to express what they're feeling to, just to talk to, just to, you know, feel that somebody's there?
Yes, but they usually don't want to come and pay for just somebody to be there. Right. They usually have got something that's so painful that they go, okay, I've got to get help now.
Now's the time.
I've got to, even if I have to pay for it, I've got to get help because I can't get, and I think we need to talk about that. If we break an arm, my granddaughter just broke her leg yesterday, fell out of a swing, okay, but if we injure ourselves in some way, what do?
Right.
We run and get medical help.
Exactly.
But if we have a mental health problem, we think, oh, that's weak. I should be able to fix that myself. Or I'm a Christian. I don't need to go.
Right.
And the sad thing is that we can get ourselves in a lot of problems. What would happen if I had a cut right here and I never cleansed it?
You would bleed to death.
Okay, and if I never, maybe it needs suturing. What if I didn't get it sutured? What if I didn't put any cleaning in it?
It would get infected.
It would get infected, and what's the worst thing that could happen?
You could die.
I could lose my arm or die. That's right. So it's very critical. So we know when we have a physical problem, we got to take care of that wound. But when we have an emotional, psychological, spiritual wound, and we don't get help for it,
it just increases.
Exactly. It's just like the cancer of the emotions.
Oh my goodness. And there's a lot of people facing that today. Once again, if you need a consultation, need somebody to talk to, the healing journey of recovery. So glad to have Jan with us today. Once again, we want to give that number out, 606-682-5890, and we just scratched the surface. I mean, we just scratched the surface. There are so many disorders, so many addictions, so many things that people are going through, but you can have hope today and you can have help today. And we appreciate you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
I've greatly enjoyed this interview. And until next week, this is the Local and Community Issues and Answers.